Okay, so today we're back working in the piggeries. Phase 2 continues on the renovations of the chateau and hopefully finishing in a place that we've actually got to live in. But to start with, before we go on to the work we're actually continuing at the moment, I really wanted to give you a recap of where we've come from. So here's a very quick recap on the last 3 years and a recap on the work that's taken place so far in the piggeries. We've got so many new subscribers and I think a lot of you need a bit of an update. Here you go. We didn't come over here to buy anything like this, did we?
No, this is a little bit bigger than we thought.
Yeah.
I suppose it was almost love at first sight.
So in 2020, we purchased Chateau de Montmagny for €180,000, and it consisted of the main chateau with 14 rooms, an ancient tower, various outbuildings, the piggeries, stables, the old tower ruins, the coaching house, and the ancient relais de poste.
We looked at 46 properties and we'd kind of given up hope to finding the right one, and we sat in the car and we looked up at that tower, didn't we?
Oh, that was it.
And it was a revelation and that moment of dread where you think, this is the one, but this is going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
So with just £80,000 budget and all of the rooms in disrepair, no electricity, no water, and us having no previous experience, it was time for us to start learning a lot of new skills. We had a lot of hard work ahead of us.
Every day we seem to uncover something new, don't we?
Yeah.
And
it really is.
It's just so exciting to think of what could possibly be with this place.
So, what's the plan of action today?
The plan of action is we're going to go and knock some walls down.
Okay, let's go.
So 3 years on, after knocking down walls, rebuilding walls, installing plumbing, electrics, learning so many new skills, we finally was able to open as a business.
We're officially open. Most people, when we first arrived here and we said that we had £80,000 to spend on renovation just for the first phase, said to us, you will never do it.
I think we turned a lot of heads, and I think people were not eating their words, but were sort of, hang on a minute. Yeah.
So by the end of our £80,000 budget, and 3 years in, we'd completed 3 self-contained apartments to be able to let to the public. The communal areas like the boot room, the tower and hallways, the downstairs salon area and petty restaurant, all of the exteriors, the summer kitchen, the outside eating area.
Every time I walk into those apartments, I look at them and think, yeah, we did this. And the tea room, the tea room last year was a huge success.
100%. If we hadn't have opened that, we would be in stuck.
So as we move into 2023, it's the start of the second phase of renovations. And with that is a move. Yes, back into the tent, but into the piggeries this time.
Exciting week this week because we're going to start prepping the piggeries for us to go and sleep there, move there. It will be our home, although in a tent at the moment. The dogs are very excited about the move, aren't you? Are you very excited? So lots of people have asked us, why are we moving back into the tent, into the piggeries? And there's quite a few reasons for this. Okay, first reason is that we need our own space, separate from the business. And this is what this is going to provide us with. Because at the moment we've got guests staying, we've got the restaurant going on, And the dogs are over here on their own. They've been 2.5 years used to me and Ted being with them all the time, so it's quite difficult for them that they're here for a long period of time on their own. So we feel that if we move over here, even if it's in a tent, they get used to the fact that this is their home and that this is their space. They never come over to the business side. And for us, it means also we get a space away from customers. That is one of the major points. The other point is as well, we need to raise some more money. We need income coming in, and it means that we can free up an apartment inside and have more income coming in. So it is quite important for us to move over here. So at the moment, what Ted is doing is laying a tarpaulin down, and then the tent will go on top of it. So the sun's going down, we've locked up the chateau. We've got guests staying in there, and I have to say, I feel a little bit guilty about leaving it on its own. I hope it's okay. I know it's not on its own because it's got guests in there, but without us. So, Teddy Bear's on his way over, and it's time for our first night in the tent. A couple of ice creams.
Celebration.
Are you excited, baby?
Yeah, it's all right. It's a little bit chilly tonight. I was just thinking it's not as warm as it has been.
Our little house is all ready for us to spend our first night. I'm so excited.
He's sucking on his blanket.
The dogs are in here.
All's right with the world, eh?
It's exciting. We're on to the next chapter now. Living in a tent again.
Living in a tent.
But it feels really like progress, doesn't it?
Living in a box. A cardboard box. Well, a cardboard box floor.
Don't you think it feels like progress, though?
It does, because I think what's really nice is I've just gone over to the big barn and there's space in the big barn, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I hasn't been space in the big barn for almost 2 years.
I think it's great. I can't wait for our first night, get up in the morning and make some bacon sarnies.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Let's go for it.
So in phase 2 of renovations, we have 2 major projects that we will be focusing on. The first one will be the piggeries, turning it into a gite for me and Ted to live. Now the piggeries, as you see here, is the furthest building away from the chateau, and it's the 12th century side of the property. The other major project will be the medieval banqueting hall, transforming this barn into a usable space. However, for today's vlog, we're going to concentrate on the piggeries and stables area and give you an update on the work that has been completed to date. So after a major clear up of the area, the walls demolished, the old roof tiles taken off and cleaned, it was time for a planning meeting.
Take all that out, put the cap in the wall, you know, like a U.
You mean get rid of this?
No, just keep it. But, you know,
It's rotten.
well, this is rotten in this end, that's what I'm saying. Is so you could, you know, leave that there and just build the wall around it or cut it out. But I'm just thinking about supporting this.
Should we come back later once you've decided what you're doing?
Yeah, that's your sport.
Have you got? Yeah.
So with the timbers all out, the place was really starting to look like a building site now. But there was a lot more demolishing to go.
The idea was maybe not to completely dismantle the building brick by brick, stone by stone, but it feels like that at the moment.
So although it still looked a bit like a building site, there was progress being made. The front wall had been lifted to give us better access into the building. It was now time to reinstate a new roof.
Right, so rafters in today.
Rafters in today as much, hopefully we can get those all in today. And then then we can put the felt on tomorrow. The felt goes on, that doesn't take an awful lot of time. And then the battens will go on top of there. And then when the battens are on, we can start laying the tiles back in.
Cool.
So that's
Brilliant.
it. Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Don't go on the roof, the parade is down below. He can see his pop just fine from here. You better keep him on the low. Keep an eye on Bobby for me, don't let him go. Keep an eye on Bobby for me, I'll be down below. I'll be down below. Yeah, they told her twice and times some more, but the view and air was clean. She could see them from the floor, where they'd go and where they'd been. Keep an eye on Bobby for me, don't let him go. Keep an eye on Bobby for me, I'll be down below. I'll be down below. And a bird across the sky, and the breeze kissed a smile in the sun and the blue. They were happy for a while with the sun and the moon and the sky and the space. The boys and their toys were all over the place.
So while Ted and Steve was playing up on the roof, it was time for me to start trying to get the cement off of the walls that the previous owner had obviously installed, and give these walls a new breath of fresh air before Ted starts to install the windows.
Okay, so glass is going in. Final piece of the puzzle. No.
What's it like on the inside of that?
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
looks
matter, I'm not bothered because it's gone in really nicely.
good. No, it's tight, it's lovely.
Right, come round here and hold. There you go.
Look at that.
Just the side pieces to go in and then the scribing round the outside, but that's a little fettling job, as your husband put it. We have a guest camera person.
It's me.
Guest camera person.
So now that the new roof was on, the cement was off the walls, the new windows in the stables areas had been installed, it was time for us to try and remove the old timbers that were no longer necessary. But as you can see, we made a little bit of a hash of it.
It's now separated from its other bit.
Right, so what we're going to do, baby? How do you think we're going to do this?
Well, we need to support it in some way.
Well, because that's the problem. You can support it on your shoulders, but I'm too short for that. I'd have to put it on my head.
Yeah, and your head's not that hard.
As we found out last
Yeah, as we found out last week. But yeah, I think, well, how about if we sling a ratchet strap over?
Yeah.
And that will support it. That will take the weight of it. Probably maybe even a couple of straps over the top.
Brilliant.
So we need to get it out of this side of the wall first, I think.
Right, if you just give it a wiggle your end, right? Yeah, it's out, it's out.
Yeah, is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
Good. I don't want to go too hard. It's going to be a nightmare. Right, so you get your end.
Yeah, so this
Okay.
end's moving, but
Yeah.
I'm worried about holding it and pushing it,
Well,
and it going in
so
your
I
face.
think maybe you just push it down. Maybe
So-
if you push it off the acro,
Yeah.
and then it should just swing down.
You move back though, out of the way. Are you
Yeah,
ready?
yeah, go,
Go!
boom. For God's sake! Oh my, Jesus! What a pair of muppets!
Don't
Just
try
don't-
this at home, kids.
Don't ever get us in your house to do a
I
job,
thought that was
please.
flying back at us.
So as you can see, it didn't quite go to plan. However, it was out and now reusable in other areas.
Down by the railroad track, under the bridge I'd back, over where the sun meets the sky. I get to lose my mind, get to lose my mind, get to lose my mind, get to lose my mind. Outside is the summer storm, found by the ruined dawn. Lost souls in troubled times. You get to lose your mind, get to lose your mind, get to lose your mind, get to lose your mind.
So there was another couple of jobs ticked off the list. Our wall was built to partition the bathroom and the bedroom area. The floor had all been dug out by Ted and was ready now for a cement layer. So with the preparation all done, it was time to start moving 4 ton of gravel to make the base.
Mama, oh mama, won't you talk to your daughter about me? I said, mama, oh mama, won't you talk to your daughter about me? She's a mean, mean lover and I ain't gonna leave her be. I won't stand no quitting, she won't dog me around. Stand no quitting, she won't dog me around. Well, if she does, she be 6 feet in the... Mama, oh mama, won't you talk to your daughter about me? Mama, oh mama, won't you talk to your daughter about me? She's a mean, mean lover and I ain't gonna leave her be. I won't stand no quitting, she won't dog me around. I won't stand no quitting, she won't dog me around. Well, if she does, she be 6 feet in the ground. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. She's a mean, mean lover and I ain't gonna leave her be.
So with step 1 complete, it was now on to the second step, the whacker plate, compressing 4 tons of stone to make a firm, solid base. So the final step for day 1 of the installation, and I have to say by this stage we were getting pretty whacked, so I'm really glad it was the final stage, but it was to put down a top layer of sand. This was to ensure that when we put the waterproof membrane down tomorrow, the gravel underneath would not break through. Shuttering in place, it was then time for the waterproof membrane and the insulation. God, I wish it was as quick as this.
Mama, oh mama, won't you talk to your daughter about me? Mama, oh mama, won't you talk to your daughter about me? She's a mean, mean lover and I ain't gonna leave her be. I won't stand no quitting, she won't dog me around. I won't stand no quitting, she won't dog me around. Well, if she does, she be 6 feet in the ground. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. She's a mean, mean lover and I ain't gonna leave her be.
Exciting day today. We're getting the cement going, the concrete floor,
I know, it's monumentous.
and we've got a couple of people turned up to help. So we've got obviously Josh, a cameraman, but we've also got Mick. Now you may recognise Mick from Mick and Tiffany and the kids. What's your channel called?
Live rural France with donkeys.
Live rural France with donkeys. He couldn't even remember what it's called then. So Mick's here
He
to
doesn't
help us
take a
today.
big part of it.
No.
He's not a massively. There's not a massive amount of input. Bloke's too busy.
But it's very good of
He's
you
working for a
to
living.
come and help us today, Mick. First job today, SDS drill. Let's get it done.
So with the concrete floor now in place, it was time to do the walls. And preparation is everything.
So as you can see, there's so much work taking place already, but there's still so much to do before we go in there. As you can see, the tent's behind me. We're still in the tent. And yeah, we're, let me just sort of get over all our work gear in here. In the piggeries and stables area. And what we're focusing on the moment is trying to get the bedroom and the bathroom area finished so that we can move into it and take the tent down for the very last time. Then we will start work on the other side. It's really exciting, but I think you've had enough for one day. So we'll come back Sunday morning and see the continuation. See you then, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later, everybody. I should be down from here by then. For both of us, this is a long haul project. We didn't come into this lightly, but we knew that we couldn't get it done in 5 minutes. Yeah. We know there is a time scale, and we are time sensitive in some ways, but we're in this for the long haul, aren't we?
We are.
If you would like to hitch a ride with us on this adventure, then please check out our Patreon page. For just €5 a month, you can help support our project, receive behind the scenes footage, uncut videos, and have Zoom chats with me and Ted. Be part of the Monmania family on our Patreon only Facebook page, or make a one-off donation via our PayPal page. All of the links are in the description. You will then know that your contribution helps to preserve a piece of world history. Join us next time. We'd also like to say a special thank you to everyone that's taken part in the Buy Us a Toll campaign for the medieval barn, and everyone that's made a special donation. So here we go.
So a big thank you to
Shirley Westhead, Jenny and Andy H, Irene Maynard, Julie Wood, Stasia Martin, Beta, Nerida and Phil Kelly, Robin Kirsten, Olivia Darnagel, Julia Cassie, Sheila and Andy Ray, Chris and Janie Chaplin, Sue and Chris Evans, Alice and Rob. Thank you all so much. And a huge thank you to all of our patrons. You know we love you all. I could tell you I don't care.